Here are the faces of Nigeria heroes that have graced the Nigerian currency over time.
Language is a tool of human communication, either spoken or written. It can be defined as the use of symbols and words in a structural and conventional way. Language is also a mark of diversity in a country, as it is a medium of communication understood by people of a particular region. Since the creation of man, language has been an integral part of man. It has been passed from generation to generation, and this has brought about interrelation among people of different regions as well. The importance of language is essential to every aspect and interaction of our everyday life. Hence, language is used to inform, express what we feel, and also ask questions. In essence, it helps us to understand the world around us. The relevance of language cannot be overemphasized, as they contribute to the fostering of peace in the country, as it promotes proper and effective interaction, especially with people of a shared background. Nigeria has over 529 local dialects, with Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo being the major ones. These languages are a heritage passed from the progenitors to their children. However, things have gone sour over time, as the local dialects are fading away due to neglect as a result of the inadequate use and reference of what is in vogue or what the general populace approve. Hence, when you try not to follow the bandwagon, you are termed as an Igbotic person, just because in no small measure you are trying to promote the indigenous language.
Sorry, excuse me. You just spoken English and you actually excuse you from the role. English, I want to hear.
Some challenges that constitute major setback of these indigenous languages are challenges such as war, migration, conquest, and European invasion, which is more prominent. This is as a result of our contact with the European during the time of colonialism, which brought about a kind of cocktail between the Nigerian culture, language, and the mainstream American or European culture. With this, both our indigenous language and culture have not remained the same, hence there has been some blending as well as loss of originality in our mother tongue. This European contact has brought many positive changes, but these changes in turn affects the African identity and essence. For instance, the advent of technology has brought about positive changes, but in turn has affected the Nigerian culture as well as language. Hence, the social media, which is a brainchild of technology, has taken center stage, as slangs like "Hi," "Hello," "What's up" came from social media, and these slangs are now used in place of the traditional greetings that reflect the cultural essence. Greetings such as "Inakwana" and "Tashi Lafia" in Hausa, "Ekaro" in Yoruba, and "Otutuoma" in Igbo, all meaning good morning, hope you slept well, have been replaced by these foreign greetings. With the coming of European practices, they have lost their essence, as highs and hellos have replaced our native way of greeting. Language as a piece of a baton that is transferred and passed on from one generation to the other to ensure its continuity, and the failure of this transfer leads to an extinction. It is noteworthy that the failing attitude of parents to inculcate cultural values as well as language in their children have led to the death of both the material and non-material culture, which language falls under. Hence, the popular saying that parents are the first agent of socialization should not be neglected. The school curriculum has also led to the failure of these languages. as some schools do not include the indigenous languages in their curriculum because they do not see the need for it. Instead, they promote foreign languages such as French, German, Chinese, and many others as second languages because they believe that these languages are recognized internationally. Though this has gone sour, one way or the other, some amendments can be made. Henceforth, Nigerians should trace where the rain started beating them and try to adopt measures that can avert the situation. As the saying goes, charity begins at home. This amendment should start from our individual homes. This means that a huge task and responsibility is ahead of every Nigerian parent, as the children should be made to speak their indigenous languages. While guiding these children, the relevance of writing as well as reading words in these languages should not be forgotten. It is imperative to note that this process should start from an early age before the language acquisition device develops. Teachers and lecturers should learn how to teach the students in these languages, and this can be done by either code switching or code mixing once in a while. Lectures and symposiums should be organized as often as possible, and in these lectures, the importance of the use of these languages should be emphasized. Government should respond by providing and harnessing organizations that will promote culture and language for generation, most especially the major ones. Reference books in local dialects such as dictionaries, articles, and journals, encyclopedias should be produced for reference purposes. This step will also help in preserving the language because it will encourage the documentation of these languages, and this will make the languages stand the test of time as it will be preserved in the archives of people. Communicating in local dialect is very pertinent as it helps in fostering peace, unity, and spirit of oneness, promotes culture, education, and discipline. It also helps in passing of personal information which should not be decoded by others. It is important to note that the duty of promoting these languages calls for collectivity. Hence, all hands must be on deck to make sure it is actualized.
Emergencies happen, but a lot of times emergencies can be avoided if we apply a little more care in all our dealings, at home, on the road, in public places, and even our offices. At the close of work, do you take your time to turn off all your electrical appliances? Check and double-check all switches to ensure they are turned off before going home. It is not a bad habit to form. Apart from conserving electrical energy and cost, it goes a long way in protecting lives and property. Check all electrical outlets, at home and at work before going out. Yes, even your phone chargers. Disconnect them. No electrical current is little. A stitch in time saves 9.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you, don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
I can tell you of a place lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi Gbari is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbagi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbagi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi. Principally, there are three types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings.
You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you. You are watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi Gbari is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbagi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbagi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi. Principally, there are three types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings. The Osu king is the highest tier of authority in the Gbagi settlement and is assisted by a group of elders. They are known to be noble, transparent, peace-loving, accommodating, and warm. Their hospitable and cordial nature earned them the phrase Muyishi Gwari Gwari, which means let's do it like the Gbagis. The Gbagi people have emerged as a unique breed among Nigerians. Their culture shows how much they have come to terms with the universe. The favorite food of the Gbagis is known as the yize, made from the guinea corn. To form yiwo, a special drink which is used to drink the nalodo, a spicy soup made with locust beans, and their famous dress is called ajisida, made from local cotton and traditionally woven and dyed by their skillful dressmakers. Some of their popular festivals is the Agbamaya Festival and the Yibaji. The Agbamaya Festival is a celebration performed to welcome the rain during the raining season, while the Yibaji is a traditional Christmas celebration.
Where the owl is never safe and crickets cry to end the day.
The Gbagi people are adherents of Islam, Christianity, and traditional African religion. In the traditional African religions, the Gbagi believe in a god called Shikwe, one who was there before their ancestors, but they also devote themselves to appeasing deities of the god such as
Good evening and welcome to PTV Today. I am Daniel Wamoso. President Muhammadu Buhari has again met with service chiefs and other security heads at the presidential villa. Thursday's meeting is the third within the week, and it comes against the backdrop of insecurity in some parts of Nigeria. In attendance were all heads of security agencies, including the Director General of Nigerian Intelligence Agency, Abubakar Ahmed. None of them agreed to talk to journalists on details of the discussion. Legislative activities in the House of Representatives were disrupted for 45 minutes over President Muhammadu Buhari's declaration of June 12 as a new Democracy Day. The lawmakers did not reach a consensus on the proclamation until Speaker Yakubu Dogara waded in. He referred the matter to the Committee on Judiciary as well as Rules and Business for advice. Former Chief Justice of Nigeria has faulted President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to confer a posthumous national honor on the late MKO Abiola. This came after President Muhammadu Buhari declared June 12 a public holiday and conferred the highest national honor in the land on the presumed winner of the June 12, 1993 elections. Justice Belgore argued that the title cannot be given posthumously. He stressed that under the 1963 National Honors Act, only soldiers or other servicemen can be awarded posthumous medals for their bravery. The Federal Executive Council has approved some bills targeted at easing the tax burden on Nigerians as well as boosting local investments. It also gave its consent to 2 executive orders, including one of the Value Added Tax Act, the 5 amendment bills, according to the Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun. Kemi Adeosun said after the council meeting that the new tax policies would remove obsolete and contradictory provisions in the laws as well as simplify the process of paying tax. Moving forward now, President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on voters' education ahead of the July 14th governorship election in Ekiti State. He particularly wants INEC to educate the electorate on the use of technology. President Buhari said this at the valedictory Federal Executive Council session for former Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Kayode Fayemi.
I hope we will get Ekiti back for the party. The only time I was seeing the INEC chairman was to insist that voter education should be emphasized so that ordinary Nigerians will believe that the Nigerian elite respect them and that their PVC, is their status. And then coupled with the card readers, God willing, we are here, but we thank technology. Because previous elections, and I'm in a position to say so, having lost 3 times up to Supreme Court, I knew, if not of technology, it would have been the same thing. A list of constituencies were brought, votes were allocated and announced, and people were told to go to court if they don't agree with it. Now, for somebody who is looking for the next meal, where does he got the money to give to son? To demand for his marginalization. But we thank technology. With the introduction of PVC and the reader's card, votes count. And please go and emphasize this to our constituencies. Let Nigerians be respected, that they can vote anybody across any party at any constituency. I think that will give them the pride to voluntarily go and vote.
The police have provided additional information on the alleged link between the Senate President and some of the gang leaders of the Offa Bank robbery. Some police spokesman Jimoh Moshood said at a press briefing that 3 of the suspects were on Saraki's entourage to the traditional ruler's palace to commiserate with him on the robbery. One of them, according to the police, is Ayoade Akimbosun, the suspected gang leader. He added that the gang leader and 4 others confessed to be at the recent wedding of the Senate President's daughter. Moshood also revealed that 2 other suspected political thugs with strong links to the Senate President are in police custody.
I'll give you the detail of the update of police investigation into the indictment of Senate President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bukola Saraki, from conventions of 5 gang leaders arrested for active participation in the Offa Bank robbery and gruesome killing of more than 33 innocent persons, including some pregnant women and 9 police officers. On the 15th, sorry, I think that again, on the 5th of April 2018 of Akwara State. I start. There are 2 riders to the press briefing of today. The first is the Nigerian police force have arrested 2 out of the 3 suspects mentioned by the overall gang leader of Offa Bank robbery, the person of Ayoade Akinibosun, aka AY, during the parade of this suspect on Sunday, 3rd June 2018. If you recall, Part of his conventions are that the Senate President, Senator Kola Saraki, equally has some gang of suspected thugs who have been engaging in criminal activities and other criminality within the Kwara Central Senatorial District. He gave their names. 3 of them were mentioned. 2 have been arrested now and they are in police custody. As we speak, we have one Kayinde Ogri, aka Captain, is in police custody in the lorry as we speak now. And they are doing useful statement to the police on the role they are playing in the commission of various criminal activities within the Kwara Senatorial District. The second one is Alaji, sorry, I take that again. The second one is Papa Shoaibu Oludodo, aka Jawungo, is equally in police custody in the lorry. The third suspect, I will not mention his name. His name is Rutek, but we are closing in on him. The second rider is that the Senate President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kola Saraki, is still under investigation by the Nigerian Police Force in connection with the Ofa bank robbery. And there have been new revelations and new discovery that the investigation team have made, and the suspects, you saw them on Sunday, are going to let us into some of these discovery and revelations that we made. I go into the press briefing this way. It will be recalled that on the 3rd of June 2018, I paraded before the media and the public 15 suspects, 5 gang leaders and 10 principal suspects. Out of the 22 suspects that were arrested, 15 of them were paraded, 7 were undergoing investigation, including taking the police investigator to where the 21 rifles that were carted away from the divisional headquarters in the farm are being kept. And as we speak, we are making more recovery of these firearms and other property that were carted away on the day of the incident.
The Senate has also asked the Defense Minister Mansur Dan Ali to withdraw his call for the suspension of the anti-grazing law in some states. This, according to senators, is because the laws are not the cause of the spate of killings in the states that have enacted the law. The decision was in the aftermath of a motion moved by Senator Barnabas Kemade.
We know that farmers need the land. We know that herders need the land. But there must be a way where a law should be enacted to ensure that each person that is using the land does so according to law. But here is a minister who came out and said that that law should be removed. And this is not the first time we hear this kind of absurd statement coming from no less a personality than the Minister of Defense. And if a Minister of Defense is calling for anarchy, where else can we find defense? Where else can we find succor from what is happening?
I am not sure. I want to believe maybe the minister was carried away by the camera before what he was doing. Because in his home state, Zamfara, there's no anti-grazing law. And in fact, like Senator Gamade said, the killing that is going on in Zamfara is as much of the same volume.
In a related development, the Nigerian House of Representatives is insisting on the powers of states to make their own laws in line with constitutional powers. The lawmakers have consequently rejected a suggestion by Defense Minister Mansur Dan Ali that the anti-grazing law be suspended in Benue and other states.
It's not even 24 hours since the Defense Minister appeared before the National Security Council with a suggestion he believes would stem the tide of farmers-herders clash. But federal lawmakers have already taken a stance on the anti-grazing law, which is operational in about 11 states. Their position follows a motion by Representative John Dyer.
The House notes that the Fulani herdsmen crisis in Nigeria predates the present administration of Muhammadu Buhari. The House also notes that for the past over 7 years, the clashes between Fulani herdsmen and farmers has been on the increase, with so many lives lost, with many farmlands and villages overtaken by herdsmen and the resultant effect of farmers abandoning their ancestral homes and God-given lands to live in camps as refugees and dying in those camps for lack of food and proper medical care as their lands are overtaken by herdsmen. The House further notes that the unprovoked attack, agatu killings by Fulani herdsmen that claimed over 800 persons on records.
The House argued that states have the constitutional powers through their state assemblies to make laws.
The House is also aware that the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the 1999 Constitution as amended in Section 4, Sub 7, gives express powers to the state assemblies to make laws for the good governance of the states.
The lawmakers contend that the minister's recommendation is uncalled for and insist that it be withdrawn. Emmanuel Hejine, PTV News.
In a similar development, the Benue State House of Assembly has passed a vote of no confidence on the Minister of Defense, Dan Ali. The lawmakers also condemned the minister's call for the suspension of the anti-open grazing law in the state. And also, the Senate has asked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to announce the results of the June 12, 1993 presidential elections. The Senate made the request on Thursday during plenary. President Muhammadu Buhari had on Wednesday declared June 12 to replace May 29 as Democracy Day, in honor of late MKO Abiola, the presumed winner of the June 12 elections. Buhari had earlier said the June 12 was more symbolic than May 29. Over out of other stories, where the Nigerian Prison Service has described the recent jailbreak in Minna medium security prisons as an attack and not a jailbreak as widely reported. The clarification is coming days after 210 housemates escaped from the Minna prison. Spokesperson of the Nigerian Prison Service, Francis Enobode, disclosed this on Thursday in Abuja. Enobore also confirmed the death of a prison officer and a motorcyclist during the incident. He added that fortified cells will be built to ensure safety. For daring to disrupt a public hearing, the House of Representatives has summoned the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Science and Technology, Amina Shamaki. This was after the issue was tabled at plenary on Wednesday by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Science and Technology. Emmanuel Hejine has more of the proceedings.
The motion was raised on the floor at plenary on that matter of urgent public importance by Representative Benny La against conduct of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology during the public hearing at the National Assembly. She called for the relevant committees to investigate the Permanent Secretary for what she termed a breach of the law.
The Ministry of Science and Tech is in shambles. There's a strike going on, 3-day union strike against Shamanki, the Permanent Secretary of Science and Tech. She has been contravening all the civil service rules I know, because everybody is complaining about one individual. There's a law and there's a democracy. There are 3 arms of government. While we are performing our constitutional duties of lawmaking motions and sitting on public hearings, nobody should disrupt that, and nobody has the constitutional right to disrupt that. Mr. Speaker, I think we should take this matter seriously and take the relevant action as will be recommended by my colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Our colleagues condemned the actions by the PS, saying it amounts to a sacrilege and an affront on the parliament. They suggested that she should be punished to serve as a deterrent to other civil servants.
This is sacrilege. If we allow this go, one day serious things will happen. My suggestion is the law she read out, who will prosecute, who will jail. Apart from looking at that, we should also refer the matter to the appropriate law enforcement agencies.
Now we are talking of a situation where a permanent secretary in a ministry in the federal government of Nigeria slighting the House of Representatives Because the committee that was organizing the public hearing was a clear representative of the National Assembly and the House of Representatives. So if a permanent secretary could come and ask members to go, it then means that tomorrow, if we invite anybody, somebody somewhere will tell the person not to appear before the House.
For his part, Speaker Yakubu Dogara expressed surprise at her conduct, but insisted she be invited to state her side of the story. He consequently referred the matter to the House Committee on Justice.
We are lawmakers. The requirement of the law is that whoever is accused of an offense must be given the right to fair hearing. And no matter how we feel about it, it's still important that she's availed the opportunity to come and tell us what really happened. And we already know the sections of the law. By the time the committee is done with its work, the report will be submitted to the House in plenary and will take a decision.
This action by the Permanent Secretary highlights the existing feud between both arms of government, which must be addressed if democracy must yield its real dividend. Emmanuel Ahijne, PTV News.
Staff of the Ministry of Science and Technology have asked the head of service of the Federation, Winifred Oyo-Ita, to sack the Permanent Secretary, Amina Shamaki. The workers made the demands on Wednesday during a protest at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. Emmanuel Bagudu has the details.
These are aggrieved staff from all the agencies and parastatals under the Ministry of Science and Technology. They have decided to picket the ministry to press home their demands for the removal of the Permanent Secretary. Their grievances against Amina Shamaki include illegal appointments and misappropriation of funds.
What is happening is that the Permanent Secretary has refused even to take order from you're talking of the minister. The Permanent Secretary has refused to take direction from the minister. Do you know that two of our agencies, National Board for Technology Incubation, which I am the branch chairman, and NAFDA agency, and then ECN, three agencies, the minister has appointed an acting DG. But as we speak now, the Permanent Secretary has refused to recognize those DGs. In fact, it doesn't have anything to do with it.
In other words, what do you want?
What we want is that the woman must go. Yes. The demand is very simple. Yes. She should go because she has outlived her usefulness in the ministry. It's in the public service. She has become the whole mark of public service is what? Loyalty.
The workers maintain that without the removal of the PAMSEC, the ministry will continue to grow at a snail speed. The Permanent Secretary was not available for comments on the workers' grievances. Emmanuel Bagudu, PTV News.
And that's about we can take on PTV today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Daniel Mwamoso.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi Gbari is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbayi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbayi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi. Principally, there are three types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings. The Osu king is the highest tier of authority in the Gbagi settlement and is assisted by a group of elders. They are known to be noble, transparent, peace-loving, accommodating, and warm. Their hospitable and cordial nature earned them the phrase Muyishi Gwari Gwari, which means let's do it like the Gbagis. The Gbagi people have emerged as a unique breed among Nigerians. Their culture shows how much they have come to terms with the universe.
For innovative research-based analysis, fresh news and programs, join us on PTV, the People's Oriented Station, transmitting on Star Times Channel 120, showing across 36 states in Nigeria, and Channel 77 on Strong Decoder across 52 countries. Yes, you asked for it. Now you have the best of television. You can also follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. People's Television, powered by you.
Fibers are natural or synthetic substances that are significantly longer than inches wider. It is often used in the manufacturing of other materials such as hats. A hat is a head covering that could be worn in various occasions, either traditionally, religiously, or even used as a fashion accessories. It has different styles and patterns, and it has the ability of putting a perfect touch to our dress sense. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Outside. I am Cynthia Eduje. On today's episode, we're going to be exciting you about the amazing craft of hat making. We're also going to be having a guest, Joyce, who will be telling us more about it. But guess what? She's also going to be doing a demonstration for us. But before that, let us learn more about hat making. Take a look.
Human-made or chemical fibers are fibers whose chemical composition, structure, and properties are significantly modified during the manufacturing process. Man-made fibers consist of regenerated fibers and synthetic fiber. Semi-synthetic fibers are made from raw materials with naturally long-chain polymer structure and are only modified and partially degraded by chemical processes, in contrast to completely synthetic fibers such as nylon or dacron, which the chemist synthesizes from low molecular weight compounds by polymerization reactions. The earliest semi-synthetic fiber is the cellulose-generated fiber. Ryan. Most semi-synthetic fiber are cellulose-generated fibers. Cellulose fibers are a subset of the man-made fibers regenerated from natural cellulose. The cellulose comes from various sources, rayoned from tree wood fiber, model from beech trees, bamboo fiber from bamboo, sea cell from seaweed, etc. In the production of these fibers, the cellulose is reduced to a fairly pure form as a viscous mass and formed into fibers by extrusion through sinterics. Therefore, the manufacturing process leaves new characteristics distinctive of the natural source material in the finished product. We have the rayon bamboo fiber, Lyocell, a brand of rayon, modal using breed trees as input, and diactate fiber, triactate fiber. Historically, cellulose, diactate, and triactate were classified under the term rayon but are now considered distinct materials. Synthetic fibers come entirely from synthetic materials such as petrochemicals, unlike those man-made fibers derived from such natural substances as cellulose or protein. Fiber classification in reinforced plastic falls into two classes: short fibers, also known as discontinuous fibers, with a general aspect ratio defined as the ratio of fiber length to diameter between 20 and 60, and long fibers, also known as continuous fibers. The general aspect ratio is 200 and 500. Metallic fibers. Metallic fibers can be drawn from ductile metals such as copper, gold, or silver and extruded or deposited from more brittle ones such as nickel, aluminium, or iron. See also stainless steel fibers. Carbon fiber. Carbon fibers are often based on oxidized and via peroxylase carbonized polymers like PAN, but the end product is almost pure carbon. Natural cellulose such as cotton or bleached kraft shows smaller fibrils jutting out and away from the main fiber structure. It could be used to make different styles and patterns of heart. Other accessories could be used to decorate the heart just to make it fit the need occasion it will be worn for.
Wow, it's always amazing learning new things, isn't it? It's time for us to meet our guests. Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
You're always wearing your costumes and everything.
Made in Nigerian stuff.
You know. That's what I'm wearing too, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
So, Joyce, can you tell us more about hats?
Hats is something that is fancy, and it can be used for maybe a sunny day, not just church. So we have the straw hat, which people prefer to use because it's light, it's not so heavy, you know, and you can use it maybe to the beach, to maybe you're going on a trip. So it has been like trending in different aspects. So hat is something that I think everybody should have, every woman should have. Even some men, they do have it, because when you're going on an adventure, you know the sun is like hot because of Nigeria weather and all that. So we really need hats.
Oh, okay, so
hat is inevitable.
yes, hat is a normal part of our lives. So meaning we could use it for vacations, use it to the beach, use it to different places, even taking it to church.
Yeah.
So straw hat is pretty good.
Yeah.
So straws are made out of fibers, right?
Yeah.
So you could actually say the hats are called fiber hats, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we actually called it a braided fiber.
Braided fiber because
it has already been braided.
Okay.
That's how we buy it braided.
Okay.
So it's already braided. The fiber is braided. So we now just fix it into the style. So we can fix any style, mixing the colors or anyhow we would like to use it.
Oh, okay, that's good. So now, this art, how long does it take to learn this art?
For learning, it would take because we have different designs, so it could take a month.
Okay, to learn
and master it.
Okay.
So, and you know what we do? We basically do hand making. So it will take a longer time before you can
Get
increase your
used
speed,
to
you know,
speed on it.
and
Okay.
get the perfect work.
Okay.
So at least you should be able to make like 10 hats before you say yes, I've actually gotten to know this work.
How long have you been into this craft making?
I've been into craft making since 2012.
You've been into craft since 2012. Let me count. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 6 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you're the boss. Because you just had 1 month to learn hearts. And now you're actually telling me that you've been into it for 6 years, so you're the boss.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of training and all that.
We do training, we do retraining, because some people have learned it. But I actually prefer people learning with their hands, not machines.
Oh, okay.
Because when they train you with a machine and you can't afford to buy such machines, that means you won't work till you can gather such capitals. And most people that maybe going to this training, they don't really have a source of income.
Okay.
So if So that's where we do retraining.
Oh, okay.
Because we have packages like IT package, we have advanced packages and all
Okay.
that. So if you learned the work somewhere before and you really want to know more, you can still call on us. We'll still train you more.
Okay.
And if you maybe you learned the work using machines and different type of machines, and now you can't afford to get those machines, you just need a natural, maybe a hand stop with the needles and the lines. We train on that too.
Okay. So this art is an expensive one, or it's not that expensive?
The way it is not that expensive.
It's not that expensive. It's very cheap. It's very, very affordable. Okay, so let me tell you what we're doing outside. In outside, we do more of the practicality, and we de-emphasize the talking. So we'd love you to do a demonstration for us. So would you do that?
Yeah.
Also, let us watch you do your thing.
All right.
Let's watch it. Do a thing. You want to tell us more about this, what you're doing now?
Yeah. I've actually started this. I started this this morning.
Okay.
So, and see how far I've done. So
Yeah.
the straw bridge, which
Okay.
are made from the fibers, they come like this.
Okay.
In a row. So we keep arranging it.
Okay.
So some of the things that we use to make it, we use the fishing line.
Okay.
We use our needle.
Okay.
So then we sew. So
Okay.
it's just basically, and these patches, to get the designs, we use our scissors,
Okay.
zigzag mounted scissors.
Okay.
Then we fix the patches using our gun.
Okay.
So
On the hat.
on the hat.
Okay.
So it will just make it look more Africa, and we don't want to leave it plain, We want to
Okay.
start representing Nigeria everywhere.
Yeah.
we go,
Okay, so let's watch you do your thing.
Action. 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 Archery. 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 Archery.
Wow. Lovely, fancy hats.
Yeah.
With Ankara patches.
Yeah.
Has been nicely done.
Yeah, you've done a really good job. Yes, you've done a really good job.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I hope you appreciate it. We decided to give you.
Thank you so much, Joyce Media. Oh my goodness, guys, let's say thank you to Joyce. Let me put it on and let me see how I look right now. Oh my goodness, I know I look amazing. I don't need anybody to tell me. I already know I look good. Thank you so much, Joyce. I hope you enjoyed this episode because trust me, it has really been very exciting, educating, amazing. We saw how she was able to turn a normal straw to a hat. It's really, really educating. And also, we also learn more about hat making. I hope you're going to stay with me same time, same station. Another exciting episode of Our Time. I remain your host, Cynthia DJ. Bye for now.
Archery.
La. My name is Femi Anikula Kukuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi Gbari is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbagi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbagi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi, Principally, there are 3 types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings. The Osu king is the highest tier of authority in the Gbagi settlement and is assisted by a group of elders. They are known to be noble, transparent, peace-loving, accommodating, and warm. Their hospitable and cordial nature earned them the phrase Muyishi Gwari Gwari, which means let's do it like the Gbagis. The Gbagi people have emerged as a unique breed among Nigerians. Their culture shows how much they have come to terms with the universe.
Oh, if I could fly away to the days of yesterday.
The favorite food of the Gbagis is known as the yize, made from the guinea corn. To form yiwo, a special drink which is used to drink the nalodo, a spicy soup made with locust beans, and the famous dress is called ajisida, made from local cotton and traditionally woven and dyed by their skillful dressmakers. Some of the popular festivals is the Agbamaya Festival and the Yibaji. The Agbamaya Festival is a celebration performed to welcome the rain during the raining season, while the Yibaji is a traditional Christmas celebration.
Where the owl is never safe and crickets cry to end the day.
The Gbagi people are adherents of Islam, Christianity, and traditional African religion. In the traditional African religions, the Gbagi believe in a god called Shikwe, one who was there before their ancestors, but they also devote themselves to appeasing deities of the god such as the Megiru. Many Gbagi believe in reincarnation. Islam became more prominent among the people after the Fulani Jihad, while Christianity was introduced to the people by the Sudan Interior Mission, also known locally as the Evangelical Church of West Africa, and the Baptist missionaries from the western part of Nigeria. Prominent individuals from Gbagi descent include former military rulers Ibrahim Babangida and Abdulsalami Abubakar, and Nigerian multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter, and composer B.E.Z. Bez, whose song you hear on the background.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
Normally, I wouldn't celebrate. My Bible tells me that God created us for His pleasure. Therefore, we are here to please Him, to make Him happy.
Sunana Yakubu, amma an fi sani na da Yaks. Abu mafi mahimmanci shine har yanzu muna zaune da ƙwayar cutar polio a ƙasar mu. Wasu sun san digon rigakafin polio, wato digo biyu da ake bada na baki. Wasu kuma ba su san da haka ba. Wasu suna tunanin wannan digo guda biyu sau ɗaya kawai ya wadatar. Shin digo biyu ya wadatar? Bari mu bincika. Yaya aiki?
Lafiya kalau.
Digon mai guda biyu kawai zai isa soya kosai?
Ba zai isa ba.
To, ta ce ba zai isa ba. Ina zuwa. Na gode. Shin za ki amfani da digon nono guda biyu kawai ki dama fara?
Hello and welcome to E360 News, brought to you by MTN. My name is Ina Peters. Now, of course, you know how we do it. It's time to see our entertainment headlines, and then we'll be giving you the main stories. Actor Kanayo declares interest to run for House of Reps 2019. Beyonce and Jay-Z kick off On the Run Tour 2. And Alice Johnson freed after Trump grants clemency plea. All right, now, you know, we have great stories for you. The first one, which came as a surprise to everyone. So Nollywood actor Kanayo has declared his intentions to run for a seat in the House of Representatives come 2019 general elections. The actor declared his intention on Wednesday after... The actor declared his intentions on Wednesday. Now, the actor seeks to represent his federal constituency in Imo State at the House of Representatives with the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA.
Good morning, sir.
Caroline.
Sir?
What are you reading on that newspaper?
I'm not reading, sir. I'm doing magic.
Magic?
Yes, sir.
At this house?
Yes, sir.
Mon Dieu. Mon Dieu. This is a sheer exhibition of your primitive atavistic tendencies, which are hereditary. Elizabeth should have done a complete anthropological-like research on you before assimilating you as a member of my household. Caroline, may I ask you, do I have the unfortunate privilege of having a native doctor in my house?
Native doctor?
Oh, yes.
Professor, sir, native doctor is fearing me.
Okay, well, the thing is, you know, he's definitely somebody that is, I don't know, like, he doesn't want to get old. I think that's the first thing you see about Kanayo. When you see Kanayo, I mean, he's been doing quite a number of things, even at, you know, his age. You know, he went back to school to study law, and now he's coming out to say he's going to represent, you know, his people. And this is a time where, you know, a lot of, you know, people are vying for political office. And of course, it is nothing new. It's not strange. We've seen entertainers, you know, try to cross over, and some have been successful while some have not been successful. Well, only 2019 will tell if he is going to be successful. Meanwhile, Nigerian recording artist J1 turned 32 years old, and to celebrate his new age through a house party. However, the party turned chaotic as officers of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, disrupted the party for reasons unknown to us. A video currently circulating online shows a rowdy scenario outside a building believed to be where the party was taking place. Sadly, this comes barely 3 days after Maven record star Ricardo Banks expressed his gross displeasure after an encounter with SARS officials.
We're making money, we're making money, we're making money this year. We're making money this year, no matter what them do, just be better this year. This year, this year, this year. Odoyi, asan wasire, asan wasayo, asan wasiko bonko, deyan filayo. Asan wasire, asan wasayo, asan wasiko bonko, deyan filayo. My graduation this year, my promotion this year. This year, this year, this year. My freedom this year. Getting married this year.
Alright, you know, the thing is really sad because I remember reporting Ricardo Banks' story, you know, when he said these days you can't even differentiate, you know, between armed robbers and members of the anti-robbery squad. Now, it's really, really sad to see just barely how many days J1 is coming out and, you know, he's saying something like his displeasure, you know, at the fact that he was having a birthday party and they came. Now, of course, another person reacting to the same news is Rugged Man. So we know Rugged Man is is the most recent celebrity to speak out against the SARS operatives. Now, the veteran rapper shared an already viral video of SARS operatives disrupting singer J1's birthday party in an attempt to arrest a TV presenter. Writing on his Instagram, Rugged Man said, "Call SARS to order before they start a nationwide catastrophic unrest. SARS now go into private estates without warrants to unlawfully arrest innocent people." According to him, a TV presenter would have been arrested if not for the timely intervention of the celebrant and other bold people.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. I'm tired of running from pillar to post, I send host to the most. I'm known coast to coast, but yet still I be like ghosts with just the floats. I changed the face of the rap game. Plastic surgery. Now hip-hop heads, they use vernacular. No more. You said my vibe died for a minute. I can't be gone for even 60 seconds. Why? And I mean it, cause I'm forever ready to get my fights on like Tyson. Forever spitting lyrics to make you ask, who the is on? It's Rugged Man, aka Rugged Baba. Mr. Controversial coming through with more drama than Nollywood. Things I've done you wish you could. Streety takeover, yep, we knew we would. That's why we said it, I want all the bars you are learning, I want that. What is Sonu? Oh, that gone. Ah, okay.
All right, now we know Rugged Man is not one to, shy away from saying what he believes is wrong. Like he's always been talking about, like he's literally, I think he's the most celebrity that has called, the SARS operatives out. Like I can't even count how many times, he has called them out. And of course, he obviously had to react to this because it's something he's fighting for. Fighting for a change, when it comes to these operatives, harassing people and celebrities and the common man. And, just like Ricardo Banks said, what if I'm not Ricardo Banks, what would have happened? Because his own situation, it was because they recognized him. We also saw OAP Dotun, who said it was because one of them recognized him. So, it just makes you realize that it's really, really, really a sad situation, and it continues to happen. Even as we continue to report it, it's like no one is listening, but I think with time, someone will eventually listen because we're not even going to stop talking about it. Moving on from that, Tofino has teamed up with American rapper Wale for a new song, NWA. US rapper Wale, who is Yoruba by birth, has never shied away from his Nigerian roots. Now, while Philo and Chief Obi made cameo appearances on Wale's songs, which caused fans to speculate, and rightly so, that a collaboration was brewing. Now, the Enugu-born rapper sings the hook and 2 verses on NWA, while Wale takes a verse.
Fine girl, she's the fine girl. Fine girl, she's the fine girl. My girl, she's the Pino, Pino. You get me lower Jankara. See the way you put him up for Baharia. Baby, you come and get what you go. The way you catch my heart. Pino, just make up your mind. Make I play my part. I give you my word, I will never let you down. Everything I get, for you I sacrifice.
The thing is, you can take Wale out of Nigeria, but you cannot take Nigeria out of Wale. I think that's like one way to describe the artist. I think he definitely knows how to just tap into that, mother, like that sauce, the fresh Nigerian sauce, and he knows how, to get his way around. He's someone that's been very open, to Nigerian artists, kind of the same way, Akon has been open to African artists. Wale, has been definitely open to Nigerian artists, collaborating with them. You'll be surprised at the number of like Nigerian celebrities he follows on Instagram, all the social media apps, like everywhere. And he's very, very cautious about, trying to infuse that Nigerian sound, the Afrobeat into his song, even though it's rap or, whatever it is. He's definitely here for, just helping Nigerian artists, to shine. I mean, the best of them, you know, to just shine and give them a platform whenever he can make that happen, which I think is a great thing. Now, of course, there's no video yet, but I think there should be a video with this one. Meanwhile, singer and producer Sam Clef has released the track list for his 4th studio album, Cruise. The album, which will contain 9 tracks, is scheduled for release on July 4th and will feature collaborations with pop stars including Vector, Dremo, and Starboy's new act, Caesar Millie, and international superstars including Safari. Sam Clef, who is signed to Akon's Convict Music, released his debut album, Nonilizing, in 2009, followed it up with 4KP in 2013, and his last body of work, Sound of Music, in 2015.
Everything that you matter, give for my mind. I swear I'm all you cover my space. When I see you get my body vibrate. I swear I'm all you scatter my brain. And I could do anything for you, all for love it. Don't chop my money through it. She not Gucci or not Prada, you want it. Anything you order, say I go shiny. Shiny, oh. Money all for you now, shiny. Shiny, shiny, oh, yeah, yeah. The money all for you, baby, shiny. You kiss my baby, oh.
Okay, Sam Clef, can't stop, won't stop. We're definitely seeing that Diddy attitude. All right, so I guess we just have to wait till July, you know, to see the body of work, and then we can give an assessment. You know what I mean? He's a producer, and to be honest, like, his past work didn't really do so well. So we're definitely looking forward to this. Talking about somebody, you know, who's doing so well in terms of like album, like not traditional artist, DJ Neptune. Like, his new album is doing so well. The reviews have been really great. So yeah, I mean, we've seen Neptune's body of work, so definitely looking out for what, you know, Sam Clef will be dropping. I think it would be interesting, especially, you know, since he's made his comeback with Convict Music. I mean, Akon is now in the picture. So let's just see what happens really. Now, we'll go on a break. When we come back, more entertainment stories.
Breaking news. MTN gives 2,000% bonus for reactivating your MTN SIM.
That's right. If you haven't used your MTN SIM for 45 days or more, recharge now and get 2,000% bonus. That's right, 2,000% bonus for your first recharge of every month.
Welcome back. You're still watching E360. So Nollywood actress Omotola Jalade Kehinde has thanked her young self for the woman she has become today. The actress did this in an Instagram post titled Letter to a Younger Me. Referring to her younger self as her woman crush Wednesday, Omosexy said she had delayed the self-acknowledgement because she thought it was narcissistic. According to her, she was young, confused, sweet, but was not reckless, available, and never wondered. She also said whenever she is weak, she looks back and draws strength from the young girl she was. Now, she began with, "Dear lady in the picture, I don't know how you did it, but thanks for laying a good foundation that I enjoyed today. Thanks for being so strong, so resilient, so focused." All right, now, I mean, you know, it's normal, you know, at some point, you know, to just appreciate your younger self. I think it shows self-love, especially at a time when, you know, a lot of people are very harsh. You know, people are very, very mean when it comes to just appreciating human beings. So I think self-love appreciation is very, very important. Everyone should try it now, or, you know, generally. Just say to yourself, like, you know, I love you, or something like that. All right, now, so it's time for celebrity birthdays. First up, Nollywood actress and model Aduni Ade is a year older today. Now, the stunning mother of two released some photos to celebrate her big day. All right, now, so happy birthday to Aduni Ade. Next up now, today is the birthday of actress / author Juliana Olayode, popularly known as Toyo Baby of Jennifer's Diary. Now, the actress and author released lovely photos of herself as well to celebrate the special day, and she definitely looks gorgeous. So happy birthday to both actresses. We definitely here from E360 wish them a fabulous year. And moving on to entertainment scene, to the foreign scene rather, Beyonce and Jay-Z kicked off their On the Run Tour 2 in Cardiff on Wednesday. The 2.5-hour display of their affection on stage was worth the wait, according to fans. As they raced through the more than 40 hits, the couple flirted, teased and held hands. The show didn't shy away from Jay-Z's infidelity, which was dissected on songs from Beyonce's Lemonade album and A Turned 4 on his 444, but the overall message was one of healing and redemption. The show started with a short film of the couple, then proceeded to them coming on stage and performing Holy Grail. I just want to point it out there that this is the manuscript for couple goals. Like, if it's not like Beyonce and Jay-Z, then I really don't know what you're doing. So people should just, you know, calm down with the hashtag couple goals. I mean, if you're not doing what they're doing, don't even, you know, like couple goals and power couple. Like, I feel like they're right now the #1 power couple ever, like in the world right now. I would actually say that anywhere. I think they're like legit the #1 power couple. And just imagine, you know, after the long wait, it's finally here, and it was a fantastic night for everyone who attended. Of course, a lot of people are talking now. So Beyonce and Jay-Z just kicked off the first show from their On the Run Tour 2. Now, and they already have people talking. Now, the first leg of the tour in Cardiff had fans posting pictures and videos all over. One major moment shows the couple displaying their twins, Rumi Carter and Sir Carter, in the concert video. Now, the twins have barely been seen in the public eye since their birth. Another major highlight for us was seeing the couple renewing their vows. A while back, they did celebrate their 10th anniversary. The Carters first announced the second tour in March. The tour kicked off in Europe and will move to US in July. Goals, people, goals. Power couple moves. I mean, you know, definitely I feel like this concert, you know, it's not just, you know, them reaching out to their fans. It'll also be a way, you know, for them to bond and just heal, you know, from the stress they've been through. I'm talking about, you know, the cheating and all of that, you know, the internal struggles, the fights they had to go through just to make this marriage work. So I feel like this tour is not just going to be Beyonce and Jay-Z just going around the world, you know, to get some coins. But, you know, I think it's going to be a healing process for both of them. And I guess their best is yet to come. And they always have a way of just sharing these moments with us that, you know, we really don't know exists. But when we see them, we're just like, oh, you know, really. I mean, when the first saw, they showed us, you know, videos from their wedding, which was a very, very exclusive one. And now we're seeing the twins after almost a year of them being born. They definitely know how to keep things on the down low. Now we'll go on another break. When we come back, more entertainment stories. Please stay with us. Glad to be back. So thanks to Kim Kardashian, a 63-year-old grandmother jailed in 1996 on a non-violent drug charge has been released from prison after she was granted clemency by President Trump. Alice Johnson ran towards an emotional reunion with her family after leaving the prison in Pickens County, Alabama. Her case was highlighted when Kim Kardashian West, who has lobbied for her release, met Trump last week. The White House said Johnson had been a model prisoner and worked hard to rehabilitate herself. She was jailed alongside 15 others for taking part in a cocaine distribution ring and convicted on charges of attempted possession of drugs and money laundering in Tennessee.
I heard my name called over the intercom. I had just sat down for lunch, and I had to report back to my unit team. And when I got there, my case manager, Mr. Holler, he was calling. I knew I had an attorney call, but I still didn't know what it was. And when they all came on, then I heard Kim Kardashian's voice, and she was the one who told me that that it had happened, that I was free, that I was going to rejoin my family. Oh my God!
That is, you know, such an emotional moment for her and her family. We're really, really glad to know, you know, something that was in the public eye, and, you know, it was a good cause, and Kim Kardashian did succeed, people. So she didn't go to the White House, you know, to play. Now, meanwhile, Kim Kardashian is set to meet Alice Johnson, the woman she so fought for to get freed from jail after she came across her case. On Wednesday, Alice Maria Johnson had her life sentence commuted by President Trump after spending 22 years behind bars, all thanks to Kim, who championed Alice's release with the help of Sean Hawley, her attorney. Her team are arranging a meeting with Alice, which could happen as early as this week. This meeting, no doubt, will definitely be a big moment, not only for Kim, but the great-grandmother Alice, who got out and said she was thankful for the reality star. Now, this is definitely something to be just joyful and happy about. I don't really see any hate comments coming out anytime soon. You know, Kim Kardashian did something so good. Like, a lot of people, you know, that are not huge fans of Kim will probably like, what have you done? I think this is time to ask the question. You know, if you are in any position, we always say here on the show, if you're in any position to help, please be our guest. Help when you can. And definitely Kim reuniting this woman with her family is something so, so amazing. Well done, Kim. Now, a Bible that belonged to late Whitney Houston will be going up for sale. Now, Whitney left the Bible behind when she moved out of her Newport Beach home years ago, according to TMZ. She rented the home from 2009 down to 2011. Now, her former landlord is selling the Holy Bible for $95,000. The Bible will be sold through the auction company Moments in Time. And according to the owner, he found the Bible in a box with some clothing and CDs that were placed by the trash when Whitney moved out. He claims he signed an NDA and contacted Whitney's team about the items that were left behind, and he was told he could keep them. However, when it comes to the Bible, he held on to it because it has Whitney's handwriting all over it. Some of the pages document important life events, such as her marriage to Bobby Brown and also the birth of her daughter, Bobby Christina Brown.
As I lay me down, heaven hear me now. I'm lost without a cause. after giving it my all. Winter storms have come and darkened my sun. After all that I've been through, who on earth can I turn to? I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you.
Wow. Okay, so the thing is, it is important, you know, to just live a good life, because when you're able to inspire people, years after you're gone, somebody will try to sell your stuff for $95,000. I mean, like, that is huge money for her Bible years after, you know, she died. And I think she's a star, you know, you can't deny it. Like, I think there are just certain things, you know, that sometimes, you know, you just real life issues, you know, just come get in the way, and then you forget certain things. But I think this is definitely, you know, telling us something. Whitney Houston is a star. She continues to live on. $95,000 for her Bible. Wow, that is just out of this world. Like, but then again, work hard and try to be very impactful. Leave, you know, and try to leave something behind, so you'll always remember. I think that's just the message from this. Like, whatever you do, do it well, so that one day it could be the pen you used, you know, and somebody will want to get it. But yeah, that is it. All right, so it is time for us to shine our spotlight on today's star. Let's see who we're looking at tonight on Star Profile.
Fela Anikulapo, also known as Fela Kuti, was a Nigerian multi-instrumentalist, musician, composer, pioneer of Afrobeat music genre, human rights activist, and political maverick. He has been called superstar, musician, pan-Africanist, polygamist, mystic, and legend. During the height of his popularity, he was often hailed as one of Africa's most challenging and charismatic music performers. Fela was born Olufela Olusegun Oludotun Ransom Kuti on 15th October 1938 in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, into an upper middle class family. His mother, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, was a feminist activist in the anti-colonial movement. His father, Reverend Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, an Anglican minister and school principal, was the first president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers. His brothers, Beko Ransom Kuti and Olikoye Ransom Kuti, both medical doctors, are well known in Nigeria. He attended Abeokuta Grammar School. Later, he was sent to London in 1958 to study medicine, but decided to study music instead at the Trinity College of Music, the trumpet being his preferred instrument. While there, he formed the band Kula Lobitos, playing a fusion of jazz and highlife in 1960. Fela married his first wife, Remilekun Taylor, with whom he had 3 children, Femi, Yeni, and Shola. In 1963, Fela moved back to Nigeria, reformed Kula Lobitos, and trained as a radio producer for the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation. He played for some time with Victor Olaiya and his All Stars. In 1967, he went to Ghana to think of a new musical direction. That was when Kuti first called his music Afrobeat. In 1969, Fela took the band to the United States, where they spent 10 months in Los Angeles. While there, Fela discovered the Black Power movement. The experience heavily influenced his music and political views. He renamed the band Nigeria 70. Soon afterwards, the Immigration and Naturalization Service was tipped off by a promoter that Fela and his band were in the US without work permits. The band immediately performed a quick recording session in Los Angeles that was released as the 69 Los Angeles Sessions. After Fela and his band returned to Nigeria, the group was renamed the Africa 70 as lyrical themes changed from love to social issues. He then formed the Kalakuta Republic, a commune, a recording studio, and a home for the many people connected to the band that he later declared independent from the Nigerian state. Fela set up a nightclub in the Empire Hotel, first named the Afro Spot and then the Africa Shrine, where he both performed regularly and officiated at personalized Yoruba traditional ceremonies in honor of his nation's ancestral faith. He also changed his name to Anikulapo, meaning he who carries death in his pouch, with the interpretation, I will be the master of my own destiny and will decide when it's time for death to take me. He stopped using the hyphenated surname Ransom because it was a slave name. Fela's music was popular among the Nigerian public and Africans in general. He made the decision to sing in Pidgin English so that his music could be enjoyed by individuals all over Africa, where the local languages spoken are very diverse and numerous. Despite the massive setbacks, Fela was determined to come back. He formed his own political party, which he called Movement of the People, MOP, in order to clean up the society like a mop. In 1979, he put himself forward for president in Nigeria's first elections for more than a decade, but his candidature was refused at this time. Fela created a new band called Egypt 80, reflecting the fact that Egyptian civilization, knowledge, philosophy, mathematics, and religious systems are African and must be claimed as such. In 1984, Muhammadu Buhari's government, of which Kuti was a vocal opponent, jailed him on a charge of currency smuggling, which Amnesty International and others denounced as politically motivated. Amnesty designated him a prisoner of conscience, and his case was also taken up by other human rights groups. After 20 months, he was released from prison by General Ibrahim Babangida. On his release, he divorced his 12 remaining wives, saying that marriage brings jealousy and selfishness. Fela's album output slowed in the 1990s, and eventually he stopped releasing albums altogether. In 1993, he and 4 members of the African 70 organization were arrested for murder. The battle against military corruption in Nigeria was taking its toll, especially during the rise of Sani Abacha. The battle against military corruption in Nigeria was taking its toll, especially during the rise of Sani Abacha. Rumors were also spreading that he was suffering from an illness for which he was refusing treatment. On 3rd August 1997, Holikoye Ransom Kuti, already a prominent AIDS activist and former Minister of Health, announced his younger brother's death a day earlier from complications related to AIDS. However, there has been no definitive proof that Kuti died from complications related to HIV/AIDS. Kuti was honored with a line in state in which his remains were encased in a 5-sided glass coffin for full public viewing. More than 1 million people attended Fela's funeral at the site of the old shrine compound. The new African shrine has opened since Fela's death in a different section of Lagos under the supervision of his son, Femi Kuti. Fela Kuti was a political giant in Africa from the 70s until his death. Kuti's open vocalization of the violent and oppressive regime controlling Nigeria didn't come without consequence. He was arrested on over 200 different occasions. Fela Kuti is remembered as an influential icon who was brave enough to boldly voice his opinions on matters that affected the nation through his music. An annual festival, Felabration, still holds every year to celebrate the life of this music legend.
Yes, the one and only Fela. He continues to live on, definitely. Hope you've enjoyed the news tonight, brought to you by MTN A360. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night, bringing you fresh entertainment stories. I remain Ina Peters. Good night.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
On Facebook, like our page and share our posts at People's TV NG. On Twitter, follow us at PTV_NG. Follow us on Instagram at PTVNG. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, People's TV. Visit our website, www.ptvng.com. Subscribe now and join the conversation online. People's TV, People's Preferred Station.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbagi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbagi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi. Principally, there are three types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings. The Osu king is the highest tier of authority in the Gbagi settlement and is assisted by a group of elders. They are known to be noble, transparent, peace-loving, accommodating and warm. Their hospitable and cordial nature earned them the phrase Muyishi Gwari Gwari, which means let's do it like the Gbagis. The Gbagi people have emerged as a unique breed among Nigerians. Their culture shows how much they have come to terms with the universe. The favorite food of the Gbagis is known as the yize, made from the guinea corn. To form yiwo, a special drink which is used to drink the nalodo, a spicy soup made with locust beans, and the famous dress is called ajisida, made from local cotton and traditionally woven and dyed by their skillful dressmakers. Some of the popular festivals is the Agbamaya Festival and the Yibaji. The Agbamaya Festival is a celebration performed to welcome the rain during the raining season, while the Yibaji is a traditional Christmas celebration.
where the owl is never safe and crickets cry to end the day.
The Gbagi people are adherents of Islam, Christianity, and traditional African religion. In the traditional African religions, the Gbagi believe in a god called Shikwe, one who was there before their ancestors, but they also devote themselves to appeasing deities of the god such as the Megiru. Many Gbagi believe in reincarnation. Islam became more prominent among the people after the Fulani Jihad, while Christianity was introduced to the people by the Sudan Interior Mission, also known locally as the Evangelical Church of West Africa, and the Baptist missionaries from the western part of Nigeria. Prominent individuals from Gbagi descent include former military rulers Ibrahim Babangida and Abdusalami Abubakar, and Nigerian multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter, and composer B.E.Z. Bez, whose song you hear on the background.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
See you, if we not talk, nothing will change. See, don't look government, inna the rain again. Start or join group to solve problems for your community.
Normally, I wouldn't celebrate. My Bible tells me that God created us for His pleasure. Therefore, we are here to please Him, to make Him happy.
Sunana Yakubu, amma an fi sani na da Yax. Abu mafi mahimmanci shine har yanzu muna zaune da ƙwayar cutar polio a ƙasar mu. Wasu sun san ɗigon rigakafin polio, wato ɗigo biyu da ake bada na baki. Wasu kuma ba su san da haka ba. Wasu suna tunanin wannan ɗigo guda biyu sau ɗaya kawai ya wadatar. Shin ɗigo biyu ya wadatar? Bari mu bincika. Yaya aiki?
Lafiya kalau.
Digon mai guda biyu kawai zai sa soya kosai?
Ba zai isa ba.
To, ta ce ba zai isa ba. Ina zuwa. Na gode. Shin za ki amfani da digon nono guda biyu kawai ki dama fura?
A'a, ba zai yiwu ba gaskiya. Saboda nonon ne yake taimakawa wurin dama furan.
Na gode. Tambaya nake, shin digon ruwa biyu kawai zai isa haɗa shayi?
Ai ba zai yiwu a haɗa ruwa da shayi da digon ruwa biyu ba. Dalili kuwa ai ba zai isa mutum ba. Dole sai ya kai kaman kofi ɗaya.
Barka da.
Barka gare.
Da Allah tambaya nake so yi.
Allah sa na sani.
Shin digon man fetur guda biyu, digon man fetur guda biyu zai isa ya sa wannan mashin aiki?
A'a, ba zai sa shi aiki ba gaskiya.
Dalili fa?
Saboda ai bai wadace shi ba.
Haba.
Kwarai da gaske.
To nan ina zaka?
Dan je nan bani.
Da Allah bari bi ka. Labai ina wani?
Lafiya lau.
Kwayan gishiri biyu kadai. Shin zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi?
A gaskiya ba zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi ba. Sai an ɗan sa gishirin da yawa tukuna sannan a haɗa sannan ya garwaye naman har ya yi daɗi.
Na gode. Kuma yadda muka je, ɗigo biyu kawai bai sa ya wadatar da wani abu mai ma'ana ba. Haka ma ɗigon rigakafin polio. Dole ne yaro ko yarinya su samu ɗigo biyu akai-akai na rigakafin polio. Wannan ɗigo biyu akai-akai shi zai wadatar wajen kare yaro ko yarinya daga kamuwa da cutar koko kowace irin cutar polio.
Do you know that PTV remains the best place to showcase those lovely goods and services of yours? Yes, with our visibility in 36 states of Nigeria and over 50 countries of the world, we definitely have the tallest reach. What are you waiting for? Book your adverts now. Call us with the number displayed on your screen.
You're watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you.
For innovative research-based analysis, fresh news and programs, join us on PTV, the People's Oriented Station, transmitting on Star Times Channel 120, showing across 36 states in Nigeria, and Channel 77 on Strong Decoder across 52 countries. Yes, you asked for it. Now you have the best of television. You can also follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. People's Television, powered by you.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
On Facebook, like our page and share our posts at People's TV NG. On Twitter, follow us at PTV_NG. Follow us on Instagram at PTVNG. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, People's TV. Visit our website, www.ptvng.com. Subscribe now and join the conversation online. People's TV, People's Preferred Station.
I can tell you of a place, lovely as a pretty face, rustling leaves and bowing trees underneath the evening breeze.
With a population of about 15 million people, Gbagi/Gbari is the name of the language of this ethnic group predominantly found in central Nigeria. The Gbagi language is part of the Kwa subdivision of the Niger-Congo language family. Gbagi is the most populated ethnic and indigenous group in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They are also found in Niger, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and Kogi states in central Nigeria area. The word Gbagi, which the Gbagi people are famously called, is the name of a particular yam in Gbagi. Principally, there are three types of Gbagi: Gbagi Niger, Gbari Genge, and Gbari Yama. The Gbari people are predominantly farmers, but they're also hunters, while some are involved making traditional arts and craft products such as pottery and woodwork like mortar and pestle.
Making kites from paper bags, flying high above the clouds, dancing in the village square, lovers meet from far and near.
Historically, the Gbagi practice a patrilineal kinship system. The lowest tier of authority is found in the extended family compound led by the oldest male. The compounds consist of small huts and rectangular buildings. The Osu king is the highest tier of authority in the Gbagi settlement and is assisted by a group of elders. They are known to be noble, transparent, peace-loving, accommodating and warm. Their hospitable and cordial nature earned them the phrase Muyishi Gwari Gwari, which means let's do it like the Gbagis. The Gbagi people have emerged as a unique breed among Nigerians. Their culture shows how much they have come to terms with the universe.
Oh, if I could fly away to the days.
The favorite food of the Gbagis is known as the yize, made from the guinea corn, to form yiwo, a special drink which is used to drink the nalodo, a spicy soup made with locust beans, and the famous dress is called ajisida, made from local cotton and traditionally woven and dyed by their skillful dressmakers. Some of the popular festivals is the Agbamaya Festival and the Yibaji. The Agbamaya Festival is a celebration performed to welcome the rain during the raining season, while the Yibaji is a traditional Christmas celebration.
Where the owl is never safe and crickets cry to end the day.
The Gbagi people are adherents of Islam, Christianity, and traditional African religion. In the traditional African religions, the Gbagi believe in a god called Shikwe, one who was there before their ancestors, but they also devote themselves to appeasing deities of the god such as the Megiru. Many Gbagi believe in reincarnation. Islam became more prominent among the people after the Fulani Jihad, while Christianity was introduced to the people by the Sudan Interior Mission, also known locally as the Evangelical Church of West Africa, and the Baptist missionaries from the western part of Nigeria. Prominent individuals from Gbagi descent include former military rulers Ibrahim Babangida and